Hello guys and welcome to this video. Today I've got this SRPD73K2 Seiko 5 Sport model in for, well, a bit of a review first, but then some modifications as well. Now, this is a pretty much brand new watch. It's only been worn a few times, I think, and the owner actually wants to put a double dome sapphire crystal on it, a ceramic bezel, and change the color of the day wheel. I'll show you all those parts in a minute. By the way, you can follow me at NamokiMODS Dubai on Instagram. There you can see other projects I've done and even order your own watch if you message me as well. Now, I've reviewed a bunch of these models. You'll see them on my channel. So I've seen almost every option available here in Dubai for these Seiko 5 Sports. I love these watches. They come in lots of different great base colors. They've all got this NH36 or 4R36 movement inside. They fit all the same parts as an SKX would, with only a few small differences like the crown and so on. I like the fact that they have holes here to change the straps easily. So they are excellent watches to begin modifying as well. Now this one in particular, I think, I wasn't so sure about this on pictures, but when I saw it, I actually think this is one of the nicest colorways that they do. It's got this very dark gray, almost black, but it is somewhat sunburst as well dial, with these beigey Loom pips all the way around for the markers, and even the surrounds of those markers are slightly kind of bronze in color, I'd say. So they're not gold, but they're definitely not silver either. They're the kind of faded sort of beige color that you might expect on a vintage watch. They've also kept the beige chapter ring, which was one thing that I was a bit concerned about, having seen pictures of this, but actually in person it really works. Now, as a package, I'd say this makes a gorgeous vintage inspired Seiko watch. However, the owner wants to upgrade a few things. Firstly, it's going to be the double dome sapphire crystal. So this is a clear AR version with a beveled edge, and this is going to be going in place of the standard hardlex crystal, so that'll make it a lot more scratch proof, and also give it a bit even more of a vintage vibe with that bulge at the front. Then we're also going to use a ceramic bezel insert. All the parts are from DLW. Great range of parts there. So as you can see, the inserts are very similar. This one has less dots around the edge, and it also has the red pip at the top, little triangle behind the pip. This one, the standard Seiko 5s do not have any pips there. And then there is one extra thing which is somewhat unusual, but I think will work for this model, and that is adding a black day wheel. Now, the added benefit of this is, yet again, we have some extra red for the Friday in Arabic and the Sunday text in English. So I think on either of those days, we will get that little bit of red on the top, a little bit of red in the middle on that second hand, and the day wheel as well. So this is going to be a simple mod. Well, not so simple because we have to take the hands off to get to the change of the day, but a fairly simple mod, relatively few parts that are going to make this watch look and feel a lot more premium than it already does. Now, this rubber strap is somewhat similar to the mesh style, obviously in rubber this time. It is surprisingly good quality, actually. This is another thing that surprised me. This new line of straps and bracelets that Seiko have done have improved their quality significantly. The only thing I'm not so keen on is the size of this keeper here at the back, which actually bulges out quite a lot, so may not be as comfortable on the back of the wrist. Everything else is pretty good. It is pretty uniform all the way as well, so it doesn't really taper. That's one thing I wish Seiko would do more with their standard stuff, is make more tapered bracelets or tapered straps as well. So a lovely watch, I think one of the nicest that Seiko have released so far. Well worth the slight extra premium you would be paying for this particular color. Also, little details like those hands are actually brushed rather than polished on the metal surfaces. The really dark sort of sunburst dial. There's a bit more attention to detail, I think, in terms of this one's design. So I'll do a quick Loom shot as it is, and then I will also show you the finished modded version, and I'll share my thoughts on how that went as well. So even though this is a vintage inspired watch with those sort of beigey Loom areas, the Loom is just as strong as the regular versions, so don't let that colour put you off. I've just charged it up on a light for a few seconds there, and it is super clear. Always impresses me, the Loom on Seikos. Now, give me a minute, I'm going to be putting the parts on now, and I'll share the finished product in. So here's the finished watch, guys. I added the sapphire crystal. It's got that lovely beveled edge, which gives it a little bit more depth, and that nice double dome effect as well. Plays with the light a lot more now. There's also a much more reflective bezel insert. So this watch feels a little bit more flashy now, but still maintains that vintage style. And of course, we've got the you can see the Sunday there in the day wheel is now black. So as I cycle through them, it actually balances the dial a bit better, and that's what the owner wanted to do. The big white window here on this type of dial does look a little bit out of place usually, so it does balance the dial just a little bit better, and I think it was a worthy mod to have a go at. Bezel insert, really nice quality, very clear cut and engraved, and the DLW crystals are quite chunky, and they do have a significant beveled edge, but it fits this flat insert really nice and well as well. I'll give you a quick wrist shot of this. If you're interested in my other builds, please check me out on NamokiMODS Dubai, and you'll see all of my latest updates there. So here we go. It's got almost a Tudor Black Bay or a Blancpain 50 fathoms sort of look about it now, with that ceramic flat insert, that domed crystal. I think this is a really handsome watch and significantly improved the aesthetic since the original we saw. Definitely looks a lot more premium now. So I'll just put it on the strap. Interestingly, these straps seem to be fairly large as well, so if you've got a bigger wrist, these kind of straps will suit you just fine as well. So here we go, that's it on my 7 3/4 inch wrist. Definitely has a bit more presence now with those shiny surfaces, nice quality parts from DLW, and you know, if you're in the driving position, you'll see that double dome kind of play back at you as well with the light and so on. And yeah, I think that little subtle detail with the black day wheel really does help the dial on this model, and you get that nice red Sunday as well to match the other little red elements, as I said before. So if you like this build, guys, give me a follow, give me a like, and subscribe to this channel. Check me out on Instagram as well, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.